Good morning, Scott School, on this wonderful Wednesday, October 30th, otherwise known as Halloween Eve. Pretty exciting. We know tomorrow is Halloween Day. We'll talk about that in a minute. But beforehand, I'd like to address our word of the week, which is eerie. So, what a timely word at this time of year. So, eerie costumes are okay as long as they're respectful, responsible, and safe. So, be fab with vocab. Actually, this time I'm going to encourage you to demonstrate eerie through your costume selection and choices tomorrow because we will know that you know what eerie means if you have a costume that is respectful, responsible, and safe, but yet still eerie, right? So pretty cool. Be fab with vocab. Again, you can demonstrate it, look for it in what you read, include it in your writing, and use it in your communication and conversations with others. Great way to increase your vocabulary as a whole. And speaking of tomorrow, we just talked about respectful, responsible, safe Halloween costumes. Remember, you may wear your costume to school as long as it is something that is reasonable and you can wear comfortably throughout the day. What I mean by reasonable, if you have a costume that has these big wings, for example, or is quite large, that would be a great stay at home costume to wear if you trick or treat or go to any outside of school activities where you can put it on, wear it for a short time, and take it off. Here for school, you want those costumes to be simple so that you can learn all day long and participate in events like or activities like recess and PE class if you have PE, and also be in the cafeteria to comfortably sit by friends and eat lunch. So, all the things are important about that simple costume. That respectful, responsible, and safe. Remember, you might have a really eerie and gory, which means it's super scary and might have some things that aren't really super friendly for school that you wear outside of school at other events. But here at school, we want those costumes to be friendly because everyone has a different idea of what seems to be a super friendly, safe costume. So we steer away from anything that's really gory and super frightening. And even like blood splatters and things like that. I hate to even say that, but we want to keep that stuff outside of school, including accessories. I know these costumes when you purchase them often come with some really cool accessories. Those accessories should stay at home. So first, they're safe and don't get broken or lost. Second, we would hate for someone to accidentally or purposefully pick that accessory up and take it home. And then for trick or treating, if you participate in that, you wouldn't have it. And that would be pretty sad. We also want to avoid those accessories because sometimes costumes have accessories that are considered pretend weapons, and school is no place for even toy weapons. So we keep those at home because remember, being respectful, responsible, and safe. Safe, safe, safe. Safe means no toy weapons of any sort, including things like handcuffs, or I don't know if you're familiar with what like nunchucks are, or like tasers, or anything cool like that, lightsabers. Those kinds of things should all remain at home. Then finally, with the costumes, we talked about face painting is super cool and fun for those outside of school activities. But when you're here all day long in face paint, it's likely going to get smeared. It's likely going to get on your costume. And then your costume has all of that stuff on it for trick or treating or outside of school events. So I really encourage you to limit or eliminate face paint for the day and then save that for your fun events outside of school. And I've been asked a lot about hoods and masks. So those also are very common with costumes. We know this, super cool. Those hoods are something that I realize it is a special event. Your teacher or grown up in your learning space will help guide you on if it's appropriate or not to wear it during that time. I don't want to say hoods are okay or aren't okay because some hoods are like a hat, might not interfere with your ability to learn, the teacher's ability to teach, and might be totally okay. Some hats are pretty big and kind of obstruct your view or cover your eyes a bit. We want to avoid that. So just talk to your grown up if you're unsure. And masks should not be worn to school, on the bus, at school, except for during your celebration or party time. Because again, it gets really hot under there, and we want to see your face because you are amazing. So, those are just some tips to help you have a successful day tomorrow. Finally, before I pass the mic to Mrs. Schwartz, it is exciting. We know this. Events like this and holidays, they bring upon a lot of emotions or big feelings for many of us. I want you to think about where you are right now on our zones of regulation chart, and then be thinking about throughout the day and tomorrow where your feelings fall on that chart and what tools do you have to help you stay in a zone that allows you to be calm and feel like, wow, this is an exciting or fun or tolerable experience, and that you are able to demonstrate that respectful, responsible, and safe behavior. And that's a big ask. I know that because these events really do create some big feels. So enjoy the time, but remember, we are here to learn and have fun both at the same time, but learning needs to occur. So we expect that of you, and we know you're ready for that job. And now on to Mrs. Schwartz.
Why, thank you, Mrs. Reha. Friends, we've got some Panther Pride winners just in time for our Panther Pride recess this afternoon. So remember, your teachers know who is going to that recess. So if you're not sure, double check with your teacher. Today we have in Mrs. Junker's class, we have Ellie and Stella. From Mrs. Denning's class, Michael and Grady. And from Mrs. Klonick's class, Colin, Morgan, Nora, and Zoe. Congratulations, my friends. We are so proud of all of the respectful, responsible, and safe behaviors that you demonstrate every day. Now let's please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a wonderful Wednesday, Scott School.